We're still waiting on the U.S. Supreme Court to issue a ruling on Donald Trump's claim of presidential immunity in relation to the time he was president. Now, this is what is holding up all of his other three cases, including Georgia, the documents case in Florida, and his January 6th case in Washington, D.C. Now, I have no doubt that the Supreme Court is not going to grant the president full immunity, because if they grant Donald Trump full immunity, that means Joe Biden has full immunity, and he could order Supreme Court justices removed from the bench and replaced with whoever he picks, and there's nothing they could do about it. It would devolve our system of government into chaos. Now, I'm not saying Joe Biden would do anything if he was granted immunity, because he's a better person than that, but he would have the ability, and so would any other president that ever gets elected. So there's no doubt that they're not going to give him immunity. What they could do is they could send it back to the lower court and said, look, here's this test. You have to decide if anything's an official act of him being president. And if it counts as official acts, then he would have immunity or some other qualification, something like that. And if they do that, one of the things that they could do in this is hold this hearing with no jury, and Jack Smith could lay out all of his evidence in front of Judge Tanya Chutkan, and she would have to rule on what they are charging if any of the actions involved are considered official acts for the purposes of immunity. But they would be able to go in, run a case, basically display all of their evidence and what they're alleging he was doing, and she would have to rule. And when she says, well, nope, those aren't official acts, no immunity for any of it, then obviously it would get appealed. But all of that evidence would get out into the media. He could effectively run his entire case as a trial run before even going to a jury, and see what he needs to, see how it works, and see how the defense were to counter it and things like that. So it could be interesting. I don't know why they're continuing to delay it. They need to hurry up, get this ruling out here so we can get things underway.